G'day Parramatta fans, big game on Saturday against South Sydney, who are coming off back-to-back thrashings. Peter Sterling, the Eels have got to bounce back themselves after a disappointing outcome against Manly at the weekend.
Yeah, it wasn't the result we were looking for, obviously, against Manly. And I've got to say, if you'd have said to me 5 or 6 weeks ago we would be playing South Sydney in round 12, with our opposition having had 50 points put on them the previous 2 weekends, I'd have said, well, you're watching a different competition than what I'm watching.
Yes.
But that is the prospect coming into this weekend, and I think it just makes South Sydney very, very dangerous. Obviously, Trell, first game back last week, so too Campbell Graham. They'll be a little bit better for the run. And I just think, a Wayne Bennett side, coach side, they're going to come out and we're going to see their best at some stage soon, or better than what we've seen, and we have to be ready for that. We go in without our informed front rower, Regan, on the sideline, so that needs to be covered, but we've got good depth around our forward strength. So I'm expecting a really tough contest. I'm not paying any regard to what's happened the previous 2 weeks, and I've got no doubt that our boys, that will be drummed home by Brad, that whatever they might have seen in headlines or footage of South Sydney the last couple of weeks, disregard that, because it will be a different football team that we're up against.
Still in a very good position on the ladder, and with that in mind, sometimes a loss in a difficult game isn't always a bad thing, Pete.
I never like a loss, but as you point out, you learn from those losses, and that's important that we do. We're still in the top 4, but again, we're still looking to consolidate to make the second half of our season that a little bit easier. We've got representative football coming up soon, so that will have an effect as well. So last week against Manly, I left the ground obviously very, very disappointed with the result, but I still felt okay about the performance in regards to, we never backed off, we never shied away. A lot of other teams, that have had a lot more than 28 put on them in this current climate. So, we hung in there. I know that Manly scored a late try with Tommy Trbojevic getting across in the dying moments. So, despite that, I still thought that we hung in there under duress pretty well and showed the resilience that I've needed to see this season to give me the confidence that we are able to, match it with the better sides.
And the matchup of the sevens too, Pete, if anything was to happen to Nathan Cleary during the Origin series, you'd have to say it'd be down to Moses or Reynolds as the next half back in line for the boys. So there's a bit at stake. And
an important weekend for Mitch. He was good last week. He needs to be better, and he's up against one of the steadiest halfbacks in the competition, who is going to be very controlling in the South Sydney game. So it's a nice battle. There are plenty of them, but real contrast in the sevens, aren't they? You've got Mitch, who's very good on his feet, very quick, up against Adam Reynolds, who just moves his team around like that general that he is. So there'll be significant players in this game, and whoever has the best game out of the 2 number 7s will go a long way to determining the result.
Eels fans, 5:30 Saturday, Para versus the Rabbitohs. Good luck.